you're new, welcome. Today is a really exciting video for me personally because it has been a long time coming. I started filming this video back the 2nd or 3rd week of January, and it is now the 2nd week of April. As you can tell by the title, this will be an apartment hunting video. I've documented the entire journey of finding an apartment this year. I have moved every single year I've been at McGill so far. This year is no different. However, this apartment hunt was so much harder than last year's. Last year's we signed the first apartment we saw, and this year I think I toured over 25, maybe closer to 30 apartments. It was exhausting. It took me forever. It took so many hours of scrolling on Facebook and Craigslist and Zumper and Kijiji and all of the sites. I actually have another video on my channel explaining how to look for an apartment in Montreal that I will link down below if you're also in the market for an apartment. Another key factor that made this apartment search very tricky was that I didn't know if I was going to be living alone or with someone else. So there were a lot of different options all going on at the same time, and I didn't really have a super clear idea of exactly what I wanted and what I wanted to do. So I started off touring studios and 1-bedrooms, and then I ended up finding a roommate and I switched my search over to 2-bedrooms. I've also lived in the McGill ghetto the past 2 years, and I've always wanted to live in the plateau and never had the opportunity to, so this year I was determined to find a really cute plateau apartment. My other two qualities in apartments that I really wanted was outdoor space of some kind and a bathroom window, which might seem like a bit of a luxury, but it's something that I've always wanted, and I hated how dark our bathroom was this year. I just wanted sunshine while I was taking a shower and a place outside to sit in the summer. So those are the two things that I was keeping in mind while I was touring all these places, in addition to the obvious ones like natural light and storage. This video is going to be a bit of a vlog, taking you along with me on my journey, vlogging the different apartments that I toured and kind of giving my thoughts along the way. I've been walking for like a good 20 minutes. This apartment is definitely farther away than I've ever lived before, but I'm still really excited to check it out. It's like not too cold today either. I'm like fine without a hat. But yeah, this first one is like pretty deep plateau. It's like closer to La Fontaine than it is to Jean-Mance. So we will see. The first building I went to, I actually toured 2 different apartments with slightly different layouts. One was a studio and one was a 1-bedroom. I really liked these apartments. They were really clean and nice and had a lot of old touches that I really love in Montreal apartments. The only problem is that they were both just a bit too expensive and a bit too far away. They were both around the $1,000 mark, which is about $200 over my budget, and they were just too far. It'd be like a 40-minute walk to school, maybe like 30 to 40 minutes. So I'm not sure. Definitely something to consider. I feel like that apartment would be so optimal if I was living with someone else as well and like splitting that a little bit expensive rent, because it was gorgeous and huge, but it is a bit far. I don't know, it's definitely one I'm gonna consider. The second apartment I toured, it was a bit small, at the top of my budget, and not really in the right area, although it did have really beautiful windows. Me and Matthias just went and saw another apartment. It was also really nice, also a little bit more on the expensive side. It was $1,100, and it's in like a bit of a unique area. It's a little bit closer to downtown than I was kind of thinking I'd be living, but I would say I'm very pleasantly surprised. Did you like it? Yeah, it's pretty nice. I mean, as I am not the one living there, my opinion doesn't really matter, but I thought it was pretty nice. Yeah, it wasn't bad at all. The third one, the price and the location was perfect, exactly where I wanted to be, but it was way too small and it was really dark. There was little natural light and no direct light at all. Okay, so today I'm touring in an actual blizzard, so we'll see how this one goes. I guess this is a good, accurate representation of what it would be like to walk to school to this apartment in the middle of winter. The next place I toured was just all right. The price was okay, the location was pretty good, but the layout just wasn't great and the rooms were a bit small. I just didn't really love it. I couldn't see myself living there. The next place, the location was also all right and the price was okay, but the kitchen was really small, and 1 bedroom was like super tiny, like half the size of the other bedroom. Just went on another tour. It's still snowing, yeah, even though it's like well into the evening, but I actually really liked this one. I liked it a lot. It was like the same price I pay now, and it's like really close to where I live now, so it wouldn't be, you know, much of a shift. The issue is it's like a 2-bedroom, so right now I'm not having anyone to live with, so if I found a roommate, be pretty nice. The kitchen was very small though, so yeah, I'm not totally sure, but the first one that I've actually kind of pictured myself living at, I'd say. Another day, another apartment tour. This one is very close to the one I lived in last year, which is a little strange to be back on the same area, but we shall see. I'm keeping my mind very open. This is a 1-bedroom, or maybe it's a studio. Kind of can't remember, but we shall see. The next place I saw was in the ghetto, which I really was not interested in living in, but the price was pretty good. And I liked the layout. I liked that the bedroom area and the living area was separate, but it wasn't super bright. It was kind of blocked by a few things outside, and it just didn't feel like a perfect fit. All right, this morning we are off to tour 2 apartments that I'm really excited about. They're in Mile End, which is a bit of a different neighborhood for me, but I'm actually really excited about these. I have a really good feeling about them, so I really hope this goes well. The next place I toured, I loved. It was so nice, beautiful view, a bit small, but the price was right. The only issue I had was that it was in an apartment building, which I really didn't want to be living in. I wanted to be living in more of a like 2 or 3 apartment walk up, not a big tall apartment building. We're in a very pretty area, massive curb appeal right now. This place is such a heartbreaker for me. This was gorgeous. It checked all my boxes. It had a gorgeous bathroom window. The bedroom was so pretty. The kitchen was nice. The location was perfect, but it just didn't logistically work out. The lease was starting a bit too early and someone put in an offer before I was able to. So the only real con to that one is that I didn't get it. Hey, we're at an apartment tour. I'm really excited for this one. This is definitely like the prettiest one I've ever seen. I have a really good feeling about it. I really hope that we get it. We're in a really nice spot on the plateau, like near Prince Arthur and near a lot of like really nice shops, so I'm really hoping this one goes well. The next place I was also head over heels in love with. It was perfect, checked all the boxes. I applied on the spot, but I did not get it. Apartments can be quite competitive, and even though I applied like as soon as I could, I still just did not get it. So the apartment I saw yesterday I absolutely loved, and it was my dream place. Applied for it on the spot, but I didn't get it, which is so disappointing. It's so heartbreaking. I really fell in love with that place, but I gave it to someone else. I'm not really sure why, but it is what it is. So more apartment tours today. We're on like week 5 of this, maybe week 6. Hopefully I find a place soon. The next place I saw was a good price and a good location, but the building was just a bit run down and dirty. It didn't have any curb appeal. The outside was not super appealing, and it had some odd quirks, like the washing machine being in the closet of one of the bedrooms, and overall it just didn't feel quite right. It was just a little off. This next place was probably my least favorite apartment that I toured. It was very small and very dark, ground floor, very little light, very strange layout. Like none of the rooms were quite big enough to be a good sized bedroom, and it was just a bit far away. Just toured an apartment, kind of sucked. Definitely not going to be signing that one. Ground floor, very low light. So the search continues. It's another day, another day of apartment tours. We're seeing 2 right now up on the plateau. I have high hopes about these ones. I'm really excited. Let's get going. These ones are a tad far, so it'll give us like a good taste of what the walk to school is gonna be like. Are you excited?
Perfect snowball time.
Please don't throw a snowball at me. The next place I saw was fantastic. It was such a beautiful apartment. It was so clean. It was so bright. It had a sunroom, a gorgeous living area, but it was really made for a couple with an office or a couple with like a baby. It wasn't really made for 2 roommates. The second bedroom was way too small to even fit a bed and a desk. Okay, that apartment was the cutest thing in the entire world. It is such a shame about the last apartment because it was absolutely gorgeous. It was perfect, so bright, big. But it's such a shame because like we were just talking, like if it was us moving in together, absolutely perfect. Gorgeous like back deck area, huge like sunroom, laundry room, like beautiful, beautiful place. But because it's gonna be like me and another girl and we each need a good sized bedroom, it just was not gonna cut it, unfortunately. The next apartment I saw, it was really hard to judge fairly because it was very, very messy and very dirty. It had okay light and an okay layout, and it was a bit far away, even though the price was fantastic. Right, another apartment tour. The next place I saw was really beautiful. It was very nice and clean, and it had good light and nice layouts. We actually saw 2 different layouts in the same apartment building, but it wasn't in the neighborhood I wanted to be in. It was in Mile End, which is just a bit past the plateau. So it was pretty far from campus and all my friends, and it was in a bigger apartment building, so it just really wasn't the perfect fit. Walking backwards because we're running late, but the lighting is much better this way. On my way to the, I don't know what number tour we're on, but on our way to another tour. The next place we saw was beautiful. It's on one of my favorite streets in the plateau, and it was very, very bright. It was at the top of our budget, and there was no outdoor space and no bathroom window. It was pretty newly renovated, which I didn't want because I love the look and feel of a nice old plateau apartment. The next apartment we saw really checked all of our boxes. It had a bathroom window, it had outdoor space, it had beautiful light, it had a front balcony, big bedrooms, a bathroom window, beautiful light, a skylight in the kitchen. It has a couple of quirks. There's no dishwasher, there's no washer dryer, but it's at a really good price, $100 lower than our budget. And at this point in the apartment hunting journey, I had toured so many places. I had been working on finding an apartment for so many weeks that when I saw this place and it was beautiful and spacious, and I instantly felt like I could live there and be at home there, I was ready to end the search, call it a day, and we contacted the landlord, sent in an application, and we got the place. That is the place I'm going to be moving into in like 3 weeks now, which is really soon. Kind of crazy. I don't know if I'm ready to say goodbye to this one yet, but I'm really excited. I'm moving into a new place, starting a new journey, opening a new chapter, and having an apartment that I feel excited about made the entire apartment search very, very worth it. That is it for this video. I'm really excited to bring you guys moving content in the next couple of weeks, bedroom decorating, renovating, vlogs, all that stuff. So feel free to subscribe and stick around if you're interested in that, and I'll see you next time. Bye!